Hello and welcome to our webinar. I would say we should get started now. My name is Katja Peschke. I'm Head of Marketing and Communication for Spectos and 𝘃cie tracking, and I'm very happy to assist my colleague Katja in today's webinar. Before we talk about how we can optimize efficiency in automated sorting operations, let's take a quick look at our logistics here. You all have a control panel which you can collapse during the session. You are muted by us, but you have the possibility to enter any questions you have through the window, and we will answer them at the end. If there are any sound issues or if you want attention otherwise, you can raise your hand. And we've provided you with a video coding data sheet and the presentation slides, which you can download during the session if you want to, or you will get them automatically afterwards. So now you can sit back and relax and enjoy our presentation, and I look forward to answering any questions together with Katja at the end. Your turn, Katja.
Thank you very much, Nadia. First, I also want to say hello to and welcome to our webinar. My name is Katja Peschke. I'm Manager for Business Development and Customer Success, and I'm working at Spectos since 12 years. And since 2012, I'm Head of Digitization and Data Capture. Before we start, a few words about Spectos. Spectos was founded 20 years ago from our CEO, 𝗫𝗫𝗀. Most of you know us from our other solutions, for example, the transit time measurement, the RFID tracking, or for our live tracking solution. But since 2017, we also offer a solution for data entry, data digitalization, and especially for video coding and for return management. Here you can see a small overview about our current customers, and at the moment we have 21 different video coding projects. And in the next minutes, I want to give you more insights about the process of sorting letters and parcels, and especially about video coding. The most people on the sorting centers knows the situation. Every day a lot of letters and parcels arrives, and they need to be sorted very fast and also with a high quality to keep delivery times. This is an example of a sorting center, and you can see there's a huge amount in different formats, and these are parcels and letters, and all of these letters and parcels need to be sorted now. And not long ago, all of these letters and parcels were sorted manually. It means every piece needs to be taken from a person in the sorting center. They looked on the address and then looked what the address is and put the letter or the parcel to the correct box or the correct place. And so you see, this was a very high manual effort. And since a few years, most of the sorting centers use sorting machines. This is one example of a sorting machine. It is a sorting machine from 4 letters. And on the sorting machines, you have 3 sections. So the first section is the pickup section. On this place, the machine leader put all the letters and parcels on the machine. And then in the address reading section, an OCR reads the address and has a database insights where they can find the sorting code. And then you have this long conveyor belt, and with a lot of boxes to the right and to the left, and the letters goes along the conveyor belt and fall into the correct box. The sorting machines for parcels are similar to this, but they are much bigger. So for example, sometimes conveyor belt goes along the whole sorting center. But how does this process work? The person on the machine puts all the letters or parcels on the machine, and then you have 3 steps in the address reading section. The first step is that the system prints a barcode on the letter, and the second step is that on the same time the system makes a picture of the letter or of the address field from the parcel. And then the third step is that an OCR tries to read the address and look into the database which is in the machine and to find a sorting code. And if the system is able to find a sorting code, the letter or the parcel goes along the conveyor belt and fall into the correct box or goes to the correct place. But there are still a few data which cannot be sorted automatically. We talk about 3 up to 7% of all shipments that cannot be sorted. So this means they need a second step. And here we have two options. One option is to sort all of these letters and parcels manually. But this means you also need staff inside the sorting center who can do this. And these persons take every envelope or every parcel, look at the address, and then put it into the correct box or in the correct place. But the second option is to use video coding. Most of the sorting machine providers also provide such a solution for video coding. And this is a point that not need to be done inside the sorting center. It is also a task that you can hand over to an external partner, for example, Spectos. But before we look how video coding works, let's talk about the reasons why a sorting machine is not able to sort all letters and parcels automatically. We have two main reasons. One reason is that the system was not able to read the address. This can happen when you have printed backgrounds or you have a reflection, or sometimes a part of the address is outside the field. It can also happen that you have a bad handwritten. The sorting machine providers offers very good OCR solutions and they are very good in reading handwritten, but sometimes it's too bad for the system and a person is needed to read the address. And sometimes you also have the case that you have addresses on multiple lines. For example, when you get packages from China, then sometimes the address is a little bit weird and need to be, it's not possible for the machine to read and need the manual effort or a person who can read it. And sometimes you can have the case that this is folded. But there is another main reason. Sometimes the system is able to read the address, but then cannot find a sorting code inside the database. This can happen, for example, when the address is not correct. For example, there is a missing number in the postcode. This is also a thing that needs to be handled in the second step. And what are the challenges when you have such tasks that you need to be doing? This one thing is you have high costs and you have times where you need a lot of staff and you have times where you need less staff, because the seasonal and daily fluctuations of letters and parcels sometimes are very high, sometimes are very low, and you always need to have enough staff there. And it's also important to keep quality. You need to be sort all of these letters and parcels so fast, but on the same time with a very high quality to meet delivery times. Otherwise, it can happen that you use a wrong sorting code and then the letter or the parcel takes the wrong direction and be in another country or another area and not in the area where the address is located. But what can Spectos do? First, we need to talk again about the process of the sorting. You still have the point where the machine leader put all the letters on the machine or the parcels, and then you have this address reading section where the system make a photo and also print a barcode on the letter or the parcel. And if it's not possible to sort it automatically, all of these images will forward it to the video coding solution. And then a person that can sit anywhere, open the client, see the letter and the image from the address, and can capture the data from the address. For example, they capture the postcode, the city, the street, and the house number, and then they can choose the correct sorting code. and the next image will load, they can enter the address, choose the sorting code, and then the next image will load. After all of these shipments are done, the person on the machine can put these letters or parcels on the machine again, and now the OCR reads the barcode. And with this barcode, the system recognizes that there is a sorting code for this special letter or for this special parcel inside the database, and now it is able to sort this letter or parcel. And it goes along the conveyor belt and falls into the correct box or put into the correct place. There is still a small amount that also cannot be handled in this step. For example, when there is no address on the letter, or there's an address that you cannot see because it's outside the address field. In this case, a manual effort is necessary, but these are only for a few data because all of these other data were done in the video coding step. And for this, no manually effort was necessary. But what are the benefits to hand over this process to another company like Spectos? You have cost reductions up to 30%. And then we offer attractive volume-based conditions. So it's also interesting when you have low video coding volumes. And we have click-based costs per VC item. So you not need to pay for staff that will be there for you. You pay per item that we capture. It's also good for the flexibility. We are able to do adjustments for our personnel very quick. We have the possibility to add additional staff when we have peak times. Not only the seasonal peak times, they are plannable, but also to the daily fluctuations. And our service is available 24/7. It means when you start with the production, we start with the video coding. And you also have a benefit in quality. We define SLAs together, and with our high quality and with our well-trained team, we offer a solution that makes that you have lower delivery returns. And we are able to support different systems. For example, the Bluecrest system or the Siemens system or Bell & Howell, but also when you have your own solution. Then it's when we can connect to the system, then we also can work with this solution. We only need the rules from your side and we need to build up the connection, and then we can start with the video coding. We have a very specialized and scalable team to support each video coding project. For every video coding project, we have a core team. These are the people who work on the project every day. But we also have a backup team. It means when we have fluctuations and can see that in one project there is a higher amount, then we can add this staff very quick and handle all data on time. In the last years, we were able to capture more and more data. For example, in December 2017, we started with around 700,000 data per month. And now in December 2021, we were able to capture more than 4 million letters and parcels in 1 month. And this year we expect around 4.5, maybe a little more, we will see. And yeah, we are happy to provide our customers a very stable solution and be able to help them in the sorting process so that they can keep their delivery times. And now I'm looking forward for your questions. Nadia, do we have any questions?
Right. Thank you very much, first of all, Katja, for your interesting report. And like Katja said, now is the time to enter your questions. And actually, we've got a few in the meantime, so let's start with it. One attendee is asking, how long would it take to get a video coding project started?
Yeah, this is a good question. So it depends a little on your side. So the first thing that we need to build up is the connection to your system. So we need to bring our IT with your IT together, and they can build up the connection. On the same time, you can hand over your rules that you have for the video coding, and we can create our manual and train our staff to work on this project. And when the connection is built up, then we can start. We normally start with 1 or 2 persons and collect questions, send them to you and ask for advice. And when we are ready and you say, okay, everything is well, then we add more staff and can start with the project, and you can hand over all tasks to us.
All right, thank you. So it pretty much depends on the customers then, I guess. Another question came in. Yeah. Another question came in regarding the quality control. The attendees asking, how is quality control handled?
We have different ways to do this. It also depends a little on the possibilities that our customers have. Are they able to hand over data to us so that we can have a second look on it, what we captured? Then we can build up a stable quality test system. Where this is not possible, we do our own tests. It means that for every staff who works on a project, they collect some data every day, and we have a second look on it, especially on the cases where they say they cannot find a sorting code. And with this, we can improvise the service again and again and check if the quality is good or if not. And we also have our KPIs to see if everything works well. And because we have a login for each person, we also see what the persons are done and what they captured and can help them to improve.
All right, I hope this has answered the question. If not, you can write individually to Katja afterwards. And there's a last one, actually. Can you also handle other data entry tasks, such as mail delivery orders or forwarding orders?
Yes, this is possible. When we have an image or a system where we can see the information that you want that we digitize, then we can do it. We only need to find a way. Maybe we can connect to your system and enter the information directly in a system from your side, or we enter the data on our side and hand over them, for example, with an export.
All right. So it seems that we've reached the end of our questions for the time being. So thank you again, Katja. And last but not least, we would like to point out that you can meet us at Parcel and Post Expo, which takes place in Frankfurt Main this year, which is in Germany. So we are very excited about this, and we actually have a booth there. And on top of exhibiting at the show, we also are participating in the conference and are talking about transitioning from active to passive RFID solutions for transit time measurements. Of course, as you know, the postal and logistics market is our key market, and so we've developed over the years a number of solutions for postal companies, and we are very happy to talk to you about any of these solutions or discuss your issues at our booth to see if we can support you with our services and solutions. Last but not least, a short reminder that you can download the documents for this session in the window that you have there, or we will email them to you tomorrow. And with this, I would like to say thank you for your attendance and for your interest in our video coding solution, and goodbye and all the best to you. I hope to see you in Frankfurt.
I also want to say thank you and hope to see you in Frankfurt too.
A last reminder, when we end the webinar now, you will get a short survey, and we'd be very happy if you would take a few more minutes and answer our questions there. All right, bye-bye, everyone.